All right, what's up, everybody? Um, I wanted to make a quick video here on some Linux terminal shortcuts. I know that Linux is gaining in popularity right now because of Linus's video where he tries to daily drive Linux, and it's bringing a lot of new users to the Linux space, which I think is great. And I wanted to make a video for the new users who are trying to learn the terminal, and I think I have some good keyboard shortcuts that you could learn that would make your terminal experience a lot better and also help you not look like a noob in front of other Linux users. So actually, let me just start from the beginning here with a brand new terminal. So I got my terminal here. I'm going to go to full screen. One thing you'll see YouTubers do a lot is if they're making videos, they want to make the prompt bigger so it's more legible so people can see it. And to do that, you're just going to hit Control Shift and plus sign, and that'll make your prompt bigger. And conversely, you just do control minus sign to make it bigger. You don't need the shift anymore. Uh, or control plus to make it bigger. Control shift plus to make it bigger. Okay, so now we have a prompt that's nice and legible. Let's get started. The most important command by far is going to be control C. If you don't know this command, well, you're just kind of you just can't use the terminal because there's some commands that are waiting for the control C to finish. Or I'll give you a good example here. Let's go ahead and ping, Google. Uh, this command will just every couple seconds give some output, and it will go on forever. Or I mean, actually, I don't know how exactly if it'll go on forever, but I've never let it sit that long. But the point is that this command is basically waiting for you to hit Control C. Now you can run this command and give it a number of times to run, and it'll stop automatically. But if you just run it like I did here, it'll just keep going and waiting for you to hit Control C. And if you're a noob, you may think that this is a glitch or you're stuck, and you have to, if you don't know Control C, you'd have to basically restart your terminal every time you'd run a command that's similar to this. So I'm just going to, just to prove the point, hit Control C, and there you go. The program gives some statistics, 46 packets transmitted, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's a pretty important one. If you don't know that one, you just can't use the terminal. And of course, that would work with if you write a Python script and it had a while loop in it that is never ending. You could always just hit Control C and get yourself out of any problem that you get into with loops and whatnot in the terminal. So the next one is a big pet peeve of mine, and you'll see it a lot with new users, is that they'll have a command with a bunch of output like this, and they want to get some more, screen real estate. So to do that, they'll type in clear and they'll hit enter, and that works fine. But if running hundreds of commands, you don't really want to have to type clear every time to fret to get back to the start and to get more screen real estate. It becomes very tedious to always type in clear. Um, so let me show you the better way. Let's just go ahead and do a less long version here. And the easier way, instead of doing clear, would just be Control L, Control lowercase l, and that will get rid of any output that's stuck on the screen, and it'll save you a lot of time and make advanced Linux users not cringe as much when they watch you type out clear. So let's see what the next one is. Okay, so for example, let's say I'm running an arch command, sudo pacman -syu. Okay, um, but this is I'm not using Arch, so I'm using Ubuntu, so I have to basically delete this line. If I hit Control L, it actually won't do anything because Control L is only for output on different lines than the one you're currently on. So one thing you can do is if you want to delete all the words behind your cursor, you can hit Control U, and that you could think of that as Control Undo, and that'll get rid of all of the output before to the left of your cursor. Now, let's say I do pacman-syu, but I forgot to put sudo in there, and I can't run this command if I'm not root. Good one to know is Control A will get you back to the very beginning, and you can think of that as like A as being the first letter in the alphabet, so Control A will get you back to the line, and then you can of course run sudo and this. Oh, but my SYU is not capitalized, so I need to go to the end of the line to capitalize that, and I can do that with Control E. You can think of that as Control E for end of the line, and then I can just delete it and do SYU if that was necessary. Okay, let's say, so let me hit Control U again, Control undo because I'm not on Arch. Um, so let me do sudo apt update and upgrade. Okay, but let's say I don't actually want to upgrade here. So what I can do is hit Alt backspace, and that will get rid of the last word. Hit that again. I mean, sometimes with the operators it's a little iffy, but for words it works really well. You can just hit Alt backspace. Um, Now, what you have in Linux is when you kill something like that, you have what's called the kill ring, and if you want to get it back, you can hit Control Y to yank that back off of the kill ring back. So for example, let's say I accidentally hit Control U to undo it. I can hit Control Y to get it back without having to type it all over again. That's pretty useful. Um, let's say you want to go back a word, but you don't want to delete it. You can go back and forward with Alt B will go back, and Alt F will go forward. So Alt backspace to delete. Oh, Control Y to yank that back. Alt B, Alt B, Alt B, Alt B, and that will get back. Now let's say I want to delete everything to the right of my cursor. We know Control U deletes everything to the left of the cursor, but what if we wanted to delete everything to the right of the cursor? Well, that would be just Control K for kill, and that will get rid of that. Um, so I So those are some useful commands. It's all the ones I know off the top of my head. Uh, so I hope this has been useful to you. And if you guys want me to make another video on more terminal tips, I'd be happy to do it. So thanks for watching.